Garry Tan, managing partner and founder of Initialized Capital, once said, "It's not innovation until it gets built." And he's right. It's never been more clear in the automotive industry than now. You have companies like GM and Nikola coming together to produce a total of 0 working vehicles, yet they have innovative technology. Hi, I'm Jonathan, and I don't own a Tesla, but what I do own is Tesla stock. I'm not here to give you financial advice. All I want to do is share with you what's helped me learn and help me get off the fence and start this YouTube channel. And of course, I'm going to go over some daily tweets and learn from the Twitterverse of Tesla and see what's new and what we can learn. So let's jump in. So our first tweet comes from @WholeMarsBlog today, and it says, Volkswagen plus all their dealers worldwide plus Mobileye and Nvidia plus CATL plus Geico plus ExxonMobil equals Tesla. And that's just it, isn't it? Tesla is so vertically integrated when you can see just how many components it requires to equal Tesla. Vertical integration is such an important piece of what Tesla does. People underestimate that time and time again. Essentially, when you're vertically integrated, you don't have to wait for all these companies to catch up to your timeline. You're not dependent on their production value or their production speed. What it does allow you to do now is be in control and in the driver's seat, pun intended, to do your own thing and to be able to produce the highest quality components at your pace. Here's another tweet to hammer in the point. @VM_11 says, "Easy way to understand Tesla startups conglomerate." So she puts together a spreadsheet, and on the left you have Tesla startups, and on the right you have the competition. On the left you can see what Tesla's involved in. So for instance, we know that Tesla makes cars. So the competition would be BMW, Ford, GM, etc. But they're also into infotainment and superchargers and FSD chips and autopilot and solar, and you get the point. Tesla is not only dipping their feet into all these different verticals and sectors, they're actually dominating these vectors. What's really cool is that now they're no longer merely waiting on these other partnerships to catch up to them. Now what they're doing is creating them in-house, and they're doing a fantastic job at doing that. As an investor, innovation is one of the things you want to look at for a company, and there's no other company out there that's as innovative as Tesla right now. @GenZFC says, "Imagine spending almost 30K for this 2020 Nissan Frontier with this interior. Barf barf." So I tend to agree with Jen here. Now, maybe it's just me, but understanding that the base cost of a Tesla Model 3 is only $35,000 is insane when you compare it to this. I'm not saying that Nissan doesn't make good cars. They probably make decent cars, but we're talking about value proposition here. If you give me a base Model 3 compared to this, I'll take the base Model 3 every day of the week. Now, don't get me wrong, $35,000 is not cheap by any standard. However, $35,000 compared to this brings you a lot more value. So that's where I would say, looking at just a pure value play, I'm gonna go with the Model 3 every day of the week. Okay, so this one's real interesting. @Elon's World says, "Miles between accidents per quarter at Tesla." So that's the thing about Tesla right now. There are more cars coming onto the road from Tesla, of course. Even though Tesla is taking its share of bumps and bruises along the way, there is clearly a trajectory of an upward trend towards safety. And I love that because you're not only being more safe than the average United States driver, as you can see in the yellow line, but however, you can also see that at scale, as they're growing, of course you're gonna have accidents here and there, but what you're showing is that they're getting safer and safer. Next tweet comes from JPR007. "China plans to phase out conventional gas-burning cars by 2035 and make all new vehicles sold in 2035 eco-friendly. Latest goals call for all new vehicles to be either new energy or hybrid." You know, the thing is, we know that certain states like California have made bold claims about going eco-friendly. But when you have a country of the scale of China saying the exact same thing and backing their investment and their thesis behind electrical vehicles, that's amazing. He further says, "Of all new vehicles sold that year in the world's most populous nation, 50% are to be new energy vehicles, electric, plug-in hybrid, or fuel cell powered. The other half are to be hybrids." So they're really giving a strong mandate as to what they expect by 2035, not just some airy claim that they hope to achieve. Sean Mitchell @SeanM Mitchell says, "Even Ford had Mach-E drivable prototypes at launch." So Sean is referencing to WholeMarsBlog's tweet about the Hummer EV is the Nikola Badger. Essentially, GM admits that it doesn't actually have a real working Hummer EV yet. And I'm not particularly surprised. but this just shows that innovation is easy to claim and extremely hard to execute. And final tweet today comes from Dave Lee at HeyDave7. Dave is one of the great thinkers of the Tesla community, and he's one of the guys that helped me think a little deeper than what I was thinking at the time. He says, "I'd like to get the most cogent Tesla bear out there on my YouTube channel. Not to debate per se, but to have a respectful discussion. Any nominations?" So I love that, right? Because the big thing is you could just buy into the hype and listen to everyone who's an echo chamber to you, or you could get someone who disagrees with you but disagrees well. And I think we should all seek to disagree well with each other, if we disagree at all. And then the second thing is to find those who can articulate what they're thinking so that you're not just hearing what their position is, but why. So that's it for today's wrap up. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider leaving a thumbs up and clicking the subscribe button. If there are any comments or questions that you might have, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.